Yo, boys, what's up? The college football playoffs are finally here. I am so hyped. I know you guys are as well. We've all been waiting for this all season long, so I cannot wait to get into this video. We got Indiana versus Notre Dame, the Battle of Indiana. I got two plays for you guys in this video that we are going to talk about. We're also going to go over just the whole game script in general. I'm going to go over the spread of the game and everything, predictions, all of that. We'll get into that in 1 second. First, before we do, make sure to drop a like on the video and make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the future videos, especially for the college football playoffs. But please do make sure to drop a like on the video. It helps me out a lot and it takes 2 seconds to do. But let's hop into the video. So right before we get into the picks, I do want to tell you guys and remind you guys, especially if you are new here, you guys can get in my VIP for completely free, where I send out extra free player props. So if you're watching this video, I know you guys want free player props, which is awesome. Again, I post these videos every day to give you free player props. But if you want even more, even extra free player props like this, I send out about 3 to 8 free player prop slips every single day in my VIP, and you guys can get in VIP for completely free for a month. My VIP, like I said, I'll send out 3 to 8 every single day for whatever sport's on that day, and it gets texted directly to your phone. So you will get a text message of all of my screenshots for all of my favorite plays every single day. So there's no weird Discord or anything like that. Super simple and easy. Again, text messages of all my screenshots of all of my plays every single day for free for an entire month. So all you have to do to get in that VIP is you have to, if you live in any one of these white or gray states right here, even Canada right here, you guys just have to download either the Sleeper app right here or the Chalkboard app using code GHOST. So they're very similar apps, basically the same exact setup. I'll put the links down below in the description and comments of this video, but right when you click on one of those links and download one of the apps, it doesn't have to be both, just download one of the apps. It asks you if you have a promo code, type in code GHOST right here, all caps, and once you type in code GHOST, you just have to deposit at least $10 on the app. And then drop a comment on this video saying, hey, I used your code. That way I will find you guys and then I'll send you that link to the free month of VIP. If you get on Chalkboard with code GHOST, you also get $100 for free and a free SGA play right here for tomorrow on Friday. And then if you get on Sleeper with code GHOST, you get $55 for free and a free Donovan Mitchell play right here for the game on Friday. So you also get a ton of free money, extra free plays for you guys. But again, you get a free month of VIP, and all you have to do is download either Sleeper or Chalkboard using code GHOST. So make sure you have code GHOST in all caps before you deposit. As long as you make sure you have that code in before you deposit and you deposit at least $10, you have a free month of VIP. Is that simple? And again, you will start getting text messages of all my favorite plays every day. Today on Thursday Night Football, we were literally 2 passes away from sweeping all of VIP and going 7-0. So make sure to get in VIP for the rest of the college football playoffs. But let's hop into this video. So like I said, got 2 plays for you guys. We're going to go over the game script right now real quick. We're going to talk about the fact that I think this game is, last time I saw it, it was at -7 for Notre Dame, obviously. I like this a lot in this situation. I like Indiana a lot in this game. I think this game is going to be a 1-score game, no problem. I would take Indiana +7. If you could get it at +7.5, I like it even more, obviously. But I think this is going to be a 1-score game, whether that's Notre Dame or Indiana. I think Indiana has a very good chance to win this game. I know that might shock some of you guys, but I really do think Indiana has a very good shot to actually upset Notre Dame and win this game at Notre Dame. The first play we're taking, Justice Ellison over 52.5 yards. This game is going to be played inside the trenches. Both of these teams know that whoever wins the run game in this game wins the game. If you win the trenches in this game, you are going to win this game. Both teams are going to try to run the hell out of the football the entire game. It's a cold climate, cold weather. It's going to be hard college football playoff kind of game. Defenses are going to be amped up. Again, it's cold. These defenses are going to be playing real hard. They're going to stack the boxes, but it doesn't matter. Both offenses are still going to try to run the damn ball the entire game long. Very confident about that. There's probably going to be, I don't even know, 30 rush attempts plus from both teams in this game. No problem. Justice Ellison is one of the Indiana backs. This is the only thing with Indiana's backfield. They do have 2 backs that somewhat split time. Ellison is the technical starter, so he will probably see 3 to 4 more carries in this game than Tyson Lawton. That's why I like Justice Ellison more in this game. 52.5 yards. You guys can look. He's hit this line 3 out of his last 5 games. right here against Washington, he had, I want to say, 29 carries in that game, 123 yards, really good game. Michigan State, a little bit of a worse game, but then against Michigan, he only had 17 yards, but that is because he got hurt and got taken out of the game. And then he comes back the next week against Ohio State and had 62 rushing yards. Then against Purdue, had 63 rushing yards. So I know Notre Dame's front seven is really, really good. However, their one flaw on the team, if you could even call it a flaw, because Notre Dame is very good on defense, their only flaw that you could kind of, point out is their run defense. Their pass defense is definitely better than their run defense, even though last week their pass defense definitely got killed by USC. If you look throughout the entire season, don't just look at that one game. Look throughout the entire season. Notre Dame, every single game, is giving up at least 40 to 45 plus rushing yards to at least one of the backs from the opposing team. Even games that they're winning by 50, they'll still give up 45, 50, 60 rushing yards to the number one back on the other team. So, like I said, cold weather. This is going to be a ground and pound kind of game for both teams in this situation. I honestly don't hate if you want to take rush attempts for both of these guys right here, or just yards for both of these guys. Either way, I like both the running backs, but if I have to choose one, I'm going to choose Justice Ellison. Again, 52.5. I just think that is too low. And again, I think this game is going to be closer than most people do. So it's not going to be a situation where Indiana is going to be behind by 14, 10, 14, 11 points, anything like that. I think this is going to be a one-score game pretty much most of the game, or at least towards the end of the game. So they're either going to be winning the game and running the ball, or they're going to be behind and just barely behind to where they can still run the ball and, they don't have to worry too much about the clock or anything like that. So I like Justice Ellison for Indiana's backfield right there against Notre Dame. And then the next play I have for you guys is going to be Jeremiah Love, but I'm not taking his rushing yards or anything like that. I know a ton of people are going to be taking his rushing yards. They're going to be taking his rush attempts. The problem with doing that is Indiana right now is ranked number 2 in the entire country when it comes to yards per carry. So when you're talking about yards per carry, Indiana right now is the number 2 defense in the entire country with that stat. Now, that does come with a little, take that with a grain of salt, because obviously Indiana's schedule has not been very good this whole season. However, you can even look at games where they're playing someone like Ohio State, who was ranked number 2 in the country when they play them, and they're still, pretty much clamping their run game. So, and Ohio State has a very solid run game, and they're still clamping it. So you can give, the excuse of, well, that's because they're playing bad opponents, but even when they do play a good opponent, they still have a good run defense. So this Indiana run defense, I do think, is pretty legit. So I'm kind of scared to take Jeremiah's Love rush yards, or maybe even rush attempts. I'd be scared to do. What I like to do in this, I'm taking him over 1.5 receptions. He has got at least 1 reception every single game so far this season. So he's at least going to, knock on wood, don't want to jinx it, he should get at least 1 reception in this game. And like I said, this game should be closer. I think this game is going to be definitely closer than a lot of people think. So I think Notre Dame, and Indiana especially, is going to stack the box, which means I think Notre Dame is going to pass the ball 24, 23 plus times this game. There's been a lot of games so far this season where Riley Leonard is only throwing the ball 20 or less times, and that is a big reason why Jeremiah Love is not getting his receptions. But you could go back pretty much every single, important game or really close scoring game that Notre Dame has had this season, Riley Leonard is throwing the ball more, which means Jeremiah Love has hit his receptions in those games. Great example right here. Last week, USC, he had 3 receptions, also had 40 yards off of those receptions. So I think they want to go back to that. They saw how well it worked against USC last week. I think they're going to want to go back to that. Earlier in the season, when they played Louisville, he had over this line, I think he had 2 or 3 receptions. If you go back to all these games where it's somewhat close, because they blew out pretty much every single team they've played this year, if it's a close game, Jeremiah Love has probably an 80% chance of going over this line at 1.5 receptions. Again, I think that Indiana is going to stack the damn box, like literally put 8-9 bodies in the box pretty much the entire game and force Riley Leonard to pass the ball. So I can see them dumping the ball off to Love on, 2 or 3 screen passes in this game, no problem, let alone plays that just break down and Jeremiah Love is just standing in front of Riley Leonard and he just dumps the ball off to him. I think they're going to have 2 or 3 designed passing plays to Jeremiah Love in this game. So I like him over 1.5 receptions. I think that's a lot safer than any of his other plays right here. But guys, that's the 2 plays I have for you for this Indiana Notre Dame game. Again, I'm very, very hyped for this game and the rest of college football playoffs. I cannot wait. Make sure to drop a like on the video and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the plays for the Saturday college football games. But last but not least, before we do get out of here, I will remind you guys one more time. I'll put the links down below in the comments and description for you. Go download Sleeper or Chalkboard using code GHOST. You get free money, free plays, and a free month of VIP. I'm going to send out all the plays for this game a little bit later in the day. And then for the Saturday playoff games, I'm going to send out a ton of slips. So make sure you get in the VIP so you get all those plays sent directly to your phone via text. Again, you just have to use code GHOST and deposit at least $10. But other than that, guys, these are the two plays I have for you for the playoff game on Friday. Good luck with all your bets, and I'll catch you in the next video.